long story short, what did you take? What cycle did you take? So I was taking, I don't want to inject. Oh my god, steroids. Oh my god, steroids. Oh my god, steroids. So we meet face to face. Whew. So if you don't already know, my name is Calvin Valentine, the creator of Live to Make History. And in this video, we will be talking about my cycle. So my cycle. You ready? You ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Alright, so what? Yes, let it lubricate. What is my cycle? Let me think. So let me just break this down, the reason why I am on this cycle, because everybody wants to know, everyone wants to have that, knowledge. Why are you on a cycle? So long story short, I have had a crazy 2-year injury. I've received, yes, I teared off my rotator cuff. When I mean teared off, I don't mean just a little bit. My rotator cuff was literally teared off. A lot of people didn't know that because nobody knows. I just have to put that mask on and continue to grind and train. I haven't trained shoulders. Did you know I have not trained shoulders in 2 years? Since the summer of 2019, because my shoulders got too bad. And I thought to myself, you know what? If I don't train the area, it will get better. Didn't get any better. It got worse and worse and worse to the point it was last summer where I thought to myself, this is getting out of hand, because I was on a shoot and I literally could not move my shoulders. Couldn't move my shoulders at all. And I had to, when you at the point where you have to reach out, and speak to someone, because it's got to the point where it's not getting any better. We're in lockdown. I'm not training shoulders, but it's still getting like really, really bad. Even just thinking about it now, it's just giving me goosebumps, because I was at a point where I was just like, what is really happening? Am I gonna have to go through surgery? Got goosebumps to think about it now. Like, I might have to go through surgery. Like, what are the outlets? Because I'm not really injury specialized, do you know what I mean? So for me to actually go out of my way and reach out to somebody, it was bad. It wasn't just bad, it was bad. So I said to myself, you know what? Get the information you need. I was given good information, but I held it back. I was meant to start this cycle last year. So last year summer, but you know what? I said, I don't want to inject. Oh my god, steroids. Oh my god, steroids. Oh my god, steroids. So I don't want to inject. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Steroids, I'm not doing it. So I pushed it back. How it was August last year. I ignored it. And then January this year, almost 6 months later, it got too bad where I couldn't even move it in the morning sometimes. I couldn't even get out of bed. The pain was excruciating. I couldn't do anything about it. And this was lockdown. We had been in lockdown for 3 months and my shoulders were still getting worse. So I said to myself, you know what? Let me contact this person again. Let me go to my GP. Let me, let me speak to a professional about this whole situation. You know what? And then just break it down what I can actually do, because I don't want to have to go through surgery. I was told that, you're going to need to go through surgery. And when you go through surgery, you will never be the same. Yes, I've had surgery before. Yes, I've had a surgery before to do my intestines, which was something that's back in the past. Perfectly fine now, but if it's something like to do with your joint, like your shoulders area, your joints, those shoulders, I knew it would never be the same again. So it's been a crazy journey. I've taken this, thing out of consideration. Safety first. Like I said, don't jump into things. I want to say this real quickly, actually. Do not jump into things that you are not aware of. Make sure you do your full research. Make sure you consult someone, get different opinions from people who are specialized in that area, so you're able to do things continuously and safe. Safe is the way forward. On the internet, looked up different types of, what I needed to take. Obviously, I had to do my own research as well. So during that 6-month period as well that I avoided it, I was doing my own research, getting things together. Then you have to, get the stuff ready and, the needles, etc., the antibacterial wipes. You got to get everything together. You need to be consistent with it, and you just have to start in life. You just have to start. Keep saying, this is happening. I've been suffering for the whole 2 years. It wasn't getting any better. As you can see in this now, people don't understand that even simple movements like this, or even simple movements like that I used to take for granted, I could never do. And what is more bone-chilling and more shocking, during this whole pandemic, I have been consistently doing fitness videos upon fitness videos upon fitness videos upon outdoor fitness videos with an injured and battered shoulder, to the point where every video, after the end of the video, I was in serious amounts of pain. Like, I was in so much pain after the videos. But you know what I said? I'm trying to help as many people as possible. I'm trying to continue to make some kind of impact. I'm trying to continue to make history. The shoulder will not stop me. You need to have that mindset. I'll never recommend you to do something if you're really injured, but I've just got a stubborn mindset. People don't understand that. Like, I could not even train consistently and properly because I was so battered and I was so injured, to the point where I didn't know where I would have been going in the next 3 months or 4 months. Even when gyms were opening, I didn't even know how I would even get back into the gyms because my shoulder was so bad. So it's to the point where, long story short, as I started the cycle, as I'm on it, making it happen, I'm not seeing as much progress as I'm expecting. But as I reached past the 6-week point, because I had to change my dosages into something else, I started to see progression. Like, I could start to do normal stuff. I could start to, do a lateral raise in my shoulders, and it wasn't in pain. These are things that I used to take for granted. I can do normal things. I'm saying, okay, this is working. Do more research and just see where this is going. But then, as you're going up the hill, you start to reach a little plateau. So then you reach a little plateau, and I'm like, the progression started to, get a bit slower. Is this going to continue to be working? And then it hit me. It actually just hit me. This is how consistent and how damaged my shoulders were, because this is a substance that a lot of people take, that it heals them really quickly. So for me to have, be 2 months into it or so and still be, not fully healed, it showed me the extent of how badly damaged my rotator cuffs were. And it opened my eyes, because like, I would stretch, I didn't play my stretching routines, but it seems that it wasn't consistent enough for my shoulders and the weights I was lifting. The weights were probably still too heavy, and I still wasn't, warming up consistently enough. Because long story short, I had this pain. This pain started probably end of 2016 going into 2017. Probably 2017, but it was very minor. The pain was very minor, where I just used to ignore it. For example, if I'm doing a lateral raise on the bench, on an incline bench, and doing the lateral raise, I would feel a bit of slight sharp pain, but I just used to ignore it. It was a very minor pain. As time goes on, it's basically telling me, okay, you need to stretch more. You need to stretch more. You need to be more aware of your shoulders. But I just used to ignore it, and as time went on, when we got to 2019, to the point where I could not train shoulders anymore. The last possible memory of me training my shoulders was 2018, October, November periods, because I used to do a lot of, military press, and then I just stopped. I literally just stopped and continued training other muscle parts. But then it got to the point where it started to affect other muscle parts. If I'm doing chest, I could never do incline dumbbells, because you're rotating the shoulders all the way back to the point where discomfort. It's when I used to rotate the shoulders all the way back as well, I used to get some serious discomfort. Couldn't do incline chest with the dumbbells, but I could do it with the barbell, but not the dumbbells. I couldn't do decline chest. Oh, that would kill. I couldn't do flat bench. I couldn't do dips. So you kind of see where this is going. It started to affect my actual workouts. There's so many stuff I couldn't do. I couldn't even do chest flies properly, because it was just getting to the point where it's eating up my workouts, and my workouts became limited. I started to do only limited amount of stuff because my shoulders were literally just getting worse and worse and worse. Come closer. The bigger question you're probably asking is, what did you take? What cycle did you take? First and foremost, let me just break this even further down. So I was taking peptides. If you know what peptides is, research the word peptides. They are healing properties. They aren't steroids. because everyone wants to, throw that in your face. You're taking steroids. These are not steroids. They're not steroids in any way. They're not anabolic. They are peptides for healing muscle tissue. They're not even for human consumption, which is why I'm not even going to say the name, because I'm not here to promote anything. I'm just here to talk about my experiences. Do your own research on certain stuff if you want to go down that route. This is nothing to do with me. I'm talking about my own personal experiences. Like I said, these are peptides and these are healing properties, which I took over time that allowed me to heal. So it allowed me to heal and use my shoulders a lot more better. Like we are in May, and I'm able to do so much stuff with my shoulders. Of course, I was advised and I was told not to do any push movements until at least 4 weeks after gyms have opened. So we are on week 3, we're almost on week 4 into gyms opening. Well, we're on week 3, but we're the 4th week into gyms opening, if that makes sense. So I'll be doing back, I'll be doing biceps. The only push movements I'll be doing is from legs, and I'd be very careful how I position my shoulders when I'm doing the squats, because you've got to be very careful. But it was literally just mainly pull movements. I haven't even done chest, I haven't done triceps. So you can kind of see when I'm trying to play this whole safe, like it's like, what is the rush? What is the rush? You're healing. Take your time and don't rush the process. So when the 4 weeks do, arise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to do more chest exercises. But I'm going to do the stuff I was doing before lockdown. So the safe exercises that actually, aid my shoulders. So I'm still not going to do the incline dumbbell press. I'm still not going to do the dips. I'm still not going to do the flat bench. If I didn't really do flat bench anyway, but I'm just trying to give an example. I'm going to still play it safe. After another 4 weeks, so I'll be 8 weeks in total, then I'll start doing the incline dumbbells, and I'm trying to take my time, let my shoulders really heal, even though it feels like, it's fully gone. It's not gone yet. I want to continue to still go through that process. It's like, what is the rush? I'm young. I'm not even 28, I'm not even 30, I'm young. So what is the rush to go out there and start hammering weights? They're not paying me. The gyms aren't paying me to go lift crazy weight, or this is not even a sponsored post. This is just my own health and well-being. Take your time. What is the rush? What is the rush? Yes, it's literally that simple. I was using, just to break it down, these are peptides, these are not steroids. One of the reasons why I would never use steroids is because I love my hair too much. Like, yes, I may never get hair loss, but why take the risk? Why take the gamble? What gains do I have to actually go and take steroids? What reason do I have to go down to take steroids when I have great genetics as it is? Why don't I go and take steroids, if that makes sense? I want to keep my hair. It's one of my main fears is losing my hair. Personally, anyway, everyone has their own fears. I don't want to lose my hair. So these peptides are not anabolic. They are not anabolic, and they continue to heal damaged muscle tissue. So like I said, do your own research. If you're healing, or you're gone through something where you're had a really bad injury, do your own research and just research what peptides are. Research what peptides are and make it specific to yourself. Like I said, I'm not here to promote anything. I'm not here to say you must do this or you mustn't do that. I'm trying to say I'm just going through my own personal journey and my own personal experiences, and how I overcame the whole, not even just the pandemic, the whole rotator cuff injury. And I'm still going through that journey. I am still on that journey. Am I scared of needles? No, I'm not scared of needles. You have to make it happen. Like, when you injure your man down, you find ways to continue to make it happen. Yes, I have to inject twice a day in the injury area, the injury sites, or should I say the shoulders, once in the morning or in the evening, but sometimes you tend to forget, so I tend to do just once a day. But you know what? We're human beings. The aim is to consistently see progression over time, because this is a real eye-opener. This has really opened my eyes to really, understand how my body functions. Going through this again, make sure you consistently are not playing with your stretches. Don't play with your stretches. Don't play with your warm-ups. Don't play with your mobility. Make it happen, especially if you're going to be lifting heavy. Make sure you're warmed up. Even if you think you've warmed up officially, you probably haven't warmed up officially, because back then I would have thought I'd warmed up officially. Make sure you have really warmed up those rotator cuffs, ego out the door, and make it specific. It can be any muscle group. Make sure you have warmed up consistently. Do not play with injury, because sometimes when you're out, it may be a lifetime. Train safe, be specific and tactical to yourselves. This thing isn't as bad as people make it out to be. I don't know why this got such a negative stigma. This can actually help even save lives. So it's not as deep as most people think. This can also be a good thing. So make the change happen for yourselves in anything you do. Train safe, train smart, and don't get into the same hiccup or mess I got into, because it can be clearly avoided. Like I keep saying, train safe. I'm going to keep saying that again, train safe, and let's go out there and let's continue to live. Let's continue to live to make history. Why? Because you and I, we have one life. Let's go. And of course, stay safe.